The Shaw and Partners Financial Services Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic has become the biggest date in surf sports. The most prize money, the most athletes, the toughest test in surf sports, and now with it being a double header, it's the one that everybody wants to win. Because it's a double header, you get 20,000 points up for grabs. You have the opportunity to turn your entire season around in just 2 days. You get back-to-back wins and you can go from well down that overall point score to not only being the champion, but writing your place in history.
Yeah, the Shaw and Partners Shannon Eckstein Classic is really special to me. It's on my home beach of BMD Northcliffe. Shannon's also a great friend of mine and someone I have looked up to. To have an event named after him is something really special and special to be a part of, and I've had some pretty horrible luck in the Shaw and Partners Shannon Eckstein event, so hopefully this year I can get the monkey off my back and have a good result there.
The conditions on Friday were brutal. You could see skis and boards flying in. You still get pretty nervous because anything can happen in those conditions. You can lose a ski, one slip up, you can lose your board. The whole series could be over.
Definitely a bit to think about. So much happening out there.
The surf was even bigger than we had all season. The courses are much longer than we had all season as well, you know. It was really just brewing up to be a really spectacular weekend. I'm loving it. I'm just licking my lips going like, let's go, let's get into this.
Putting your foot on the line for qualifying, you've got to go through 100 plus guys. So it's like you knew that afternoon there was at least 2 Ironman or maybe 3, I guess, full races that you've got to do to qualify. This weekend I was in a more clear headspace, so I tried to set myself up early and booked my spot in the Saturday's final. So at the end of the day I walked away pretty knackered because I'd done 3 races. I knew that those races meant nothing. Now it's time to put your foot on the line for the final the next day.
I had a really good one in round 1 and I was really happy with it, and then come out to round 2, I think probably made that many mistakes. You're always going to be disappointed. You want that final, it's one of the big carnivals, you know, learn from the mistakes and come back better the next time.
I said to get to the left that time around, just the way it worked. Obviously, I think Ali's maybe at the front now by the look of that stroke coming in.
The conditions we had on Friday, they're the definition of what an Ironman or an Ironwoman is. I wanted to be able to race like Shannon in conditions where it was challenging, and I wanted to be the best waterman that I could be. In my head, I want to have a really good race. I swam, hit a perfect line and was able to pick up one and got it all the way through, stood up. Benny was in front, I got second, Joe got third, so booked my spot in the final the next day. Happy days.
Got through, very happy with that. Making that iron final on the Saturday meant I was able to also qualify for Sunday's grand finale of the series. So that was really special as well.
When the fans on the beach see the results, they think one race and you can become a champion. What they don't understand is the heats and semis and repecharges that these athletes have had to go through. It is so grueling for these athletes just to get to the final, and then to be able to produce their best is more about their mental ability than it is their physical.
No matter who you are, you have to step on that line and you have to perform to go through the qualifiers to get through to Saturday. It was tricky, it was big, it was gnarly. It is scary and it's nerve-wracking. I do love being out in those conditions and just slowing down and just attacking it one wave at a time. And that Friday afternoon, it just went my way.
Going into Friday afternoon, there was quite a big field of athletes. There were 97 girls lining up for the Iron Heats. So I think for me, it was all about just being really smart in those conditions, and everyone wants to be there. Everyone's fighting for their place. I think it was pretty disappointing not to make that final. But I didn't want it to set a negative tone for the whole weekend. I knew I'd have another opportunity on Sunday morning to try and make Sunday's final, which was the big finale dance. I had to try and reset pretty quickly and not let myself spiral and kind of just give up for the remainder of the weekend.
With the conditions we were dealt, it was going to be a lot of skill, a lot of luck going into things and really playing it smart. So I wanted to be safe out there, but when you've got to go in those conditions. It definitely paid off for me, those decisions. I ended up winning my heat, which was great, and ended up going straight to the final on the Saturday.
Do not want to do too many of those today. They're so tough, so long, so unpredictable, just wild out there, so happy.
Let's go, Luce. Stay calm. Same thing. You got this. Good work. Let's go.
Yeah, Lucy. Nice, Luce.
In that first heat, when I crossed the line, I was not happy with how I put together a race. So kind of the only thing I was looking forward to was being able to do better in my next heat.
1, 2, 3, that's 4.
Get a chance to get on one. There's waves out the back now, Finny.
Yeah.
Coming in, I got to that impact zone and I ended up having to ditch my ski because I had a wave that was about to land on my head. I was now swimming in and I saw all my competitors go past me.
That's unlucky. Let's just go. Let's see what you can do. They're tired. Get across that bank really quickly. Go, go, go. Do it. Go.
Go, Lucy.
I had to really work my way back into it, and I actually needed the points to make the top 40 for the next day.
100%, the most gutsy and determined person I know. She'll definitely be one of the best at this sport. Like, she'll be one of the greats for sure. So, yeah, she's awesome. I love my girlfriend. She's amazing.
I crossed the line and I knew that I didn't make it. Had a whole lot of disappointment kind of go over me, and I knew that if I had people come up to me, I would have just started, bursted out crying. So I went down the beach.
You didn't deserve that, babe. Cuddle? Everyone sort of likes to go about it in their own way. I just kind of like to just be there and can comfort her if she needs. The work she's put in and the level of the athlete that she's at, like, she definitely deserved to be there in that final tomorrow, but hopefully it all goes in her favour and she can try and re-qualify for that Sunday iron final.
Epic conditions on Saturday. Some of the best conditions I've raced in. Just clean, glassy, pretty easy to read, big course. I said to Finn Askew when we were warming up, I was like, how good's this? This is like the perfect conditions to race. I haven't raced in something like that in a long time.
You know, we're all trying to warm up around each other. The nervous energy's there. Everyone knows that there's big points on the line, there's big money on the line, and the surf's big. So everyone's in for a shot that's got a spot in that final, and you just hope the ocean gods are in your favour.
Finn's excited. It's honestly the most perfect day for surf sports. It's big, it's clean, it's everything you really want. Everyone had a massive buzz around it, and yeah, I was ready to race.
So get going early.
It's not as big as yesterday, but it's still like
There's waves. Get going early and then just keep backing yourself.
You know as an athlete that there's a title there to still be won. Saturday was the setup, where Sunday was there for the taking. So don't race well Saturday, it's done. So board leg, next to Bevy, probably the best board paddler in the field. I thought happy days, how good's this? We can just go out together and work together. It was always going to be a good test, a good challenge, and for me, I wanted to see how the outcome was going to pan out.
We are racing on Super Saturday here at the Shaw and Partners Financial Services Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic. For me, Finny Askew's about to have the race of his career. He's going to take out his first premier event of the 10,000 points, as well as that Kendrick Louis has been in career best form.
I was position number 1. I think Kendrick Louis was position 20. Both of us, like, literally head to an arrowhead like that. So I could see that blue board out the corner of my eye.
Look at that, the two old dogs of the sea, Alistair Day and Kendrick Louis.
I had the inside and I knew exactly what he was going to do. You know, you burn everyone to the can and they're cooked coming home. And I just thought, you know what, I don't give a shit how I'm feeling right now. I'm just going to go for it and, you know, match your strategy. This is the first leg, but I'm going to make you work to get to this can.
That is an incredible opening board leg from Kendrick. I'm not to say by any stretch of the imagination he's not a good board paddler, but for him to hit the board can first, when you talk about career best form at 33, 34, he's hungry for a win. He is a dog of a racer. We know how fit and fast and fierce he is. Kendrick, I reckon, is one that said, you know what, guys, nobody's been talking to me about this summer. I want to get a win.
Hey, they all got away pretty well. It's actually a tight field at the moment. It's been spread out through the day because of the surf. The whole field's pretty much together, so it's going to be a pretty exciting race.
Look at the old boys go to work right now. They won't take any offence in there because they are getting chased by youth 10 years their younger.
It just shows how good Ali is at the moment. He's making really good decisions in his racing when he's under the pump. He chased a wave a little bit more to the south. A few came from behind and it just fizzled out.
Kendrick Louis falls out the back of that wave. Ali Day, Finn Askew and Joe Collins to get down the front of that wave alongside Cooper Williams.
And I went from leading to getting off the board in probably 8th or 9th.
It's Sam Frost there of Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. He's leading this one around alongside with Finny Askew, Joe Collins and Ali Day. And look at that, the battle that we want to see. Joe Collins and Ali Day side by side.
Come on, Finn! Go, Finn! Come on, Finn, let's go! Let's go!
It was Finn, Joe, myself and Benny paddling out. And at that stage, you're thinking, please don't let us get any sets. Let us get out clean.
Joe Collins is leaving nothing to chance. He's your current series leader. If he finishes second or better today, then he will have done enough to wrap up the overall series leading into the final race of the season tomorrow for the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic. But look at Mini Ali Day, Finny Askew, right up onto the inside of him there. And then look at the men behind him. The daunting figure of Ben Carberry and the daunting status of Alistair Day.
If there's anyone you don't want to be wash riding you and conserving energy, it is absolutely Ali Day. You know how aggressive that third and final leg is for him, especially being a swim leg.
Yeah, good start to the race. Got away well on the board and they're up there on the ski now, so starting to come back into the wave area. So this will be an interesting part of the race and yeah, looking good.
Just on the back of Joe's tail wash and he just got this wave.
Me and Ali pulled up alongside each other.
And then I got stuck in kind of no man's land. I saw the set behind me.
And we both had the decision, do we wait for the wave or do you keep paddling and risk it landing on you?
And I was just paddling for my life because I didn't want that thing to like explode on my back.
Finn Askew and our competitor from Wonder have just gone down an absolute bomb.
Just nosedived and just got flogged. No good. No good.
And they've been thrown sideways, upside down, and they're going to be swimming back to the beach.
Yeah, carnage out the back.
Finn lost his ski, almost took me out the back, and then it washed back over to Benny. So I thought, phew, I'm sitting pretty now. I'm still in a pretty good position.
Look at Ali Day. He has worked that transition and Joe Collins looked under the shoulder.
Joey the Kid Collins, there we go. We just saw that little nervous look under the right shoulder, and who else would you have seen but Ali Day? And if there's one man you don't want to be going in chasing you with a swim leg, it's Ali Day.
I think it's adrenaline, right? When you get to that stage, you see whoever it might be in front of you, you have a goal of getting to them. Then when you get to them, okay, you start thinking, what's my next move, what I'm going to do? And I loved racing in those conditions on Saturday because it was a really long swim that obviously suited me, and it just reminded me of why I wanted to do the sport in the first place.
What a performance here from Ali Day to pull up alongside Joey Collins. The fatigue might just be starting to set in because Ali Day is on a mission. He's the 9-time Coolangatta Gold champion. He's the endurance king. We've got a race on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
it's on. You know, like I've got an opportunity now. I've hit the lead. I put my head down, tried to get my legs moving and kicking as soon as fast as I could.
We got wave on offer now.
I snuck over a few big waves and put myself straight back into 5th.
But guess who's in a distance 3rd place coming into the wave zone? It's Kai Kinsella, your boy from Tugun.
He's the best body surfer, not just in our sport, but one of the best in the country, if not the world.
He pulls up, he stops, there's waves out the back. Ali Day is in trouble right now. The jag is on Joey Collins, it washes over him. Look at Kai Kinsella, the super fish himself. He's got gills. We called it yesterday afternoon. The super fish himself, Kai Kinsella, body surfing skills like nothing else. Wow, wow, wow.
Ali Day must be wondering what he's done wrong to deserve these results. He continues to put himself in the right place at the right time, only to have Lady Luck will shine on somebody else. And this time it was Kai Kinsella.
He takes out the Super Saturday Showdown. He wins the $10,000 and the 10,000 points.
Just like that, Kai Kinsella produced one of the best body surfing performances we have ever seen to take the win.
Ali Day with a second no has huge ramifications for the overall series.
That's the luck of the draw sometimes, and Ali Day is a champion. He'll come back for it, but he must be thinking, what do I have to do to get a win?
Now we count the spots. Kendrick Louis in 4th, Joe Collins in 5th.
I was pumped. Like, mate, 4th is great. It was a top 5, so I'll take that.
I was really happy I was at the front for the majority of the race and moving well and pushing the pace. So I felt like I was back, and it's only a matter of time until I get a real good result.
Mate, you smashed it. I'm so proud of you. Great job, dude.
Believer in the universe gives you what you need at the time, and that's obviously what the universe had in store for me that day. Anytime you get on the podium is good.
I'm just thinking to just go out there and just give it 100%. That's who I am, that's what I do, and that's the way that I like to race. So I wasn't thinking anything special. I was just aware of what lines I had to take and where I was going out and where I was coming in, because it was still quite tricky.
I said going into the 2023-2024 season that I really wanted to win the Shaw and Partners Summer of Surf Iron Woman overall series. And I mean, I've had a great start with winning that first 10,000 event. So I'll do everything I possibly can to be at the top of the podium.
Georgia Miller with a top result today can put one hand firmly on top of that Shaw and Partners Summer Surf Series and almost put it to bed. Yeah, she has to be the favourite, but Tiani Massey has been flying this weekend, as well as Harriet Brown.
The wind had died off a lot and the surf had definitely got smaller from the Friday. But Northcliffe being a tricky beach, it still was throwing up a lot of tricky conditions. And it was really tricky to read the beach and understand what the best way to go out and come in was.
Tiani Massey's just absolutely accelerated there, as we can see Harriet Brown and Lizzie Wellborn coming for her at the moment.
Georgia Miller has joined the party.
I was definitely feeling a mixed bag of emotions on that Saturday. I really wanted to do well, but I was nervous, but I was feeling confident in how I was racing. The conditions were great, but they were also very tricky. So you really had to be smart about how you were going to go about the race.
Georgia Miller has taken a masterstroke down the beach and she has gone looking for waves and trying to find her own water.
I really made sure I knew exactly where I wanted to go. That made me feel a lot better within the racing and how I wanted to go about things.
Out the back, there's a wave on. We got a party time. We said it before.
Oh my gosh, doesn't that break your heart? Harriet Brown was doing everything right. The entire field, 20 women all on this one wave. Oh no, one's off the back there.
Having those random waves come through every now and then that were really quite massive was really changing things up all over the place.
There's got to be 10 side by side after that first opening board leg.
Georgia Miller clean into her ski there, and Tiani Massey can paddle a ski with the best of them.
In conditions like that, I am aware that obviously luck is involved, and you do have to have a lot of skill and you have to be making the right decisions. You know, I was just lucky that I got out on the ski, but I'll take it, absolutely.
Georgia Miller, who might be getting the best of it at the moment, and that peach red race 1 ski there. Looks like she's gone to the front.
I was so happy to just make it out cleanly on my ski through the break, and then you can breathe and you just reassess everything, you figure out where you are. I really wanted to make a move in the ski to then be able to put myself into a good position in the swim.
We see Georgia Miller. She's about to turn that Shaw and Partners, Ken. She's about to make her way for home. Tiani Massey right in the mix.
It's always a confidence boost to be leading races. You're racing against an incredible field of women who are so good at what they do. So anytime that you're out in front, you're like, I'm on form here.
We've got 5 at the front there. Electra Outram joins the party. Lily O'Sullivan goes down. Tiani Massey goes down. She squeezes in Lizzie Wellborn. Tiani Massey puts the anchor in. She goes off the back of that wave. Safety first for Tiani Massey. From the top of the screen, it's Georgia Miller, Lizzie Wellborn and Lily O'Sullivan.
I held a little wave all the way to the beach on my ski, which is great because there was craft going everywhere after that sort of wave I caught.
And we are in for a ripping finish. 1 leg to go here on the Super Saturday. Georgia knows that if she can have a win here today, or at least a top result, that she will get the advantage over her teammate, Lana Rogers, who is missing from this final. Tiani Massey with a strong result can also raise the standings and give herself an opportunity going into the final race tomorrow, the big race of them all, the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic.
I remember running into the swim and I ran to the left, which I thought was going to pay off.
In that final swim leg of the race, I decided to go against everyone else's decision. They all went left and I decided to go right.
Does look like the white cap there of Maroochydor's Tiani Massey. So Tiani Massey has also taken the more direct line with Electra Outram, and she has found herself at the front of this race.
I remember looking to my right and thinking, oh my gosh, where has she come from? Like, what a move that was.
It's always scary doing something completely different to everyone else. But I backed myself and I backed my decision, and I ended up getting to the swim can first.
She had the fairy tale victory up on her home beach of Maroochydore for the Murphy Home 7,000 point event. That put her right in the mix. She's currently 6th overall. A 10,000 point win today would really upset the standing and give her every opportunity tomorrow to try and improve her overall ranking.
I managed to get quite close around the cans and coming back in, but then everything changed after that.
Look under your shoulder, Tiani, because here they come. Georgia Miller's on one, Lily O'Sullivan's on one. Can Tiani Massey get it? She's been left behind. Disaster has struck for Tiani Massey.
I took the bomb and Georgia did as well. Absolutely got nailed by it.
Woodsy there from Alex Henley.
Look at this.
We're going to have a finish here.
I was right up there until I wasn't. It was just an all over the place swim leg, and that's what can happen in surf.
Emma Woods has come from the clouds to take this one out. What a race, what a turn of events. I did not see that one coming.
So that was definitely a confidence boost, being like, I had that race, in the palm of my hand. Like, I almost could have got that. That gave me that fire in the belly for Sunday, the Shaw and Partners Shannon Eckstein Classic. That is the race that I've always wanted to win. So I was believing and hoping that, I didn't get my luck that day, and that Sunday it was going to come together for me. And that's what I truly was believing.
That was my opportunity, that race, to make a leap and really put a gap in the field on the overall point score. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and I was disappointed. I'm not going to lie about that. So for me, it was do whatever I can do and control what I can control, and maybe it'll all come together. Maybe. Maybe. You need to put like a bloopers section in at the end. Oh gosh.
The Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic is special. It's the biggest event of the year. There's the most prize money, the most at stake, the best athletes, and the biggest stage in surf sports. And Super Sunday is where it's at.